Thanks for that.
Okay, redo. Hi, my name's Allison Smith. I'm with Johns County Park and Recreation. I'm having a great hair day today. And this is the Park and Recreation Sector Working Group meeting. So we do have some special guests today with us from Wyandotte County Park and Recreation. We're very excited to have you. And then Katie, do we want to go into the Mentimeter questions just to kind of get the vibe rolling for the meeting?
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay. So actually the agenda before the Mentimeter questions, just a quick overview. I think that Allison already kind of touched base. So we're going to start with some Mentimeter questions, kind of just some fun stuff. So loosen the mood a bit. And then welcome introductions. We have guest speakers, as Allison said, from Wyandotte County Parks and Rec. Then we're going to go over just kind of re-engaging some of our sector members. And then if there's time, we'll talk about some resources for the park sector specifically. We want to start including on the Kansas City Physical Activity website, and then just group updates, and then talk about our next meeting. So with that, if you would please grab your phones and scan this QR code, or you can go to menti.com and type in the code 54263503. I'm going to give it just a few more seconds. Type the code in the chat in case anybody needs that. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? I should have asked that first. Okay, cool. Okay, so the first question, where is the best place to take a walk and enjoy nature in the spring? I figured, with the weather, hopefully it's kind of warming up. It's been better. It's time to get outside and kind of visit some of our favorite parks. Wanted to know what everyone's was. So Table Rock Lake, Loose Park.
Can you guess who said that?
You. Two Loose Parks. That's awesome. I have no idea what Crystal Bridges is. I might need to look into that.
It's a museum and a park with a whole bunch of art and trails. It's super fun. We went
That's
a quick weekend last weekend.
Northwest Arkansas.
Yep.
That sounds awesome. Okay. So next question, by the way, there's a theme. These all deal with spring. What projects are you most looking forward to this spring? If your organization is doing anything that you're really excited to start. I'm sure that Allison's really excited for Corporate Challenge. I see two gardening ones. Yes. I don't know if anybody knew this, but next month is actually National Gardening Month. Just so everyone's aware. Exciting time. Yeah, so Corporate Challenge, opening a garden, new bike programs, library projects, the Fantastic Family Fun Zone. I'm looking forward to that as well. Beautification programs, Boat Daniel Park improvements. So these are all awesome. I'm excited for later on when we get to group updates for some of you guys to share what all of this is. Okay, we've got one more question. So what's the biggest difference in your perspective on work in the spring versus the winter? And this applies for you and your organization. So what's the difference between what you do in the spring versus the winter? More bug spray and sunscreen. Yes. Yeah, longer hours, I bet, especially because, you know, nicer weather, more programming makes more sense. And if you can't think of anything, that's okay. We'll just take a couple more seconds. More motivated in the spring, yes. Outdoor events. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop so that, you know, we stay on track and we can hear all about what Wyandotte County Parks and Rec are doing.
And then Katie, did we want to popcorn around and say hello to see who is who from where?
Yeah, that was the second item on the agenda, wasn't it? Yeah, let's do welcome and introductions.
Cool.
Allison, you want to go ahead and start?
Yes, again, Allison Smith from Johnson County Park and Recreation District, having a great hair day today. And I'm gonna popcorn to Heath.
Yeah, Heath Harris with the Lee Summit Parks and Recreation. I'm the manager of the Longview Community Center over here.
Who do you want to popcorn to, Heath?
Let's do Natalie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie. I work at the Kansas City Healthy Lifestyles Collaborative with Katie and Robin and Shelly. And I'll popcorn to Robin.
Hey there, Robin Shook, Children's Mercy. Yeah, I don't do any work. I just attend meetings all day, but I like hearing about what everyone's doing in Parks and Recs. Thanks for coming. And I'll popcorn to Shea. Am I saying your name right, Shea?
You are Shea Lockett. I am the recreation manager for the Unified Government of Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas, Parks and Recreation Department. Excited to be here and chat with everyone today. And I will popcorn to Shelly.
Hi, I'm Shelly Summer. I am part of the Kansas City Healthy Lifestyles Collaborative team, and I am not having a good hair day, so I am not on camera, and nobody likes to watch people shove food down their throat. So I've got that going for me too. Happy to be here, and I am so happy to see Angel and Shea here. We've been emailing with them over the last few months working on Just Walk, so I'd love to see them here at today's meeting. So I'm going to popcorn it over to Angel.
Thanks, Shelly. Also good to be here. Thanks for having us. I'm Angel Farrar, Director for Parks and Rec for Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas. Has everyone been popcorn to, or Nicole? Have you?
We need Nicole and then Jay Monroe.
And I believe that the J Monroe is Jill.
And then I forgot already who is left. Sorry.
I'll finish it. My name is Jill Monroe. I'm the wellness manager for the city of Kansas City, Missouri. I like to get on here to see how we can incorporate parks into some of our planning for our employees, and see what we can do. So thanks.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. Jill, are you signed up for Corporate Challenge to compete for a City of KC-Mo?
I am. We have almost 700 employees signed up.
Yes, that's awesome. Children's Mercy, where are you guys at? What are your numbers like?
When I checked Monday, I think we were just under 450.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay, well, I'm ecstatic. And then Jill, actually, I think Jen Jute is going to be having a booth at our Fantastic Fun Zone representing KC-Mo as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we're really excited. Yes, okay, well, I could ramble all day. If you haven't met me, then warning, I could. So we'll stick to the agenda and we will introduce our guest speaker, Angel Ferreira. And so we will let you guys take the show.
Thanks, Allison. I'm actually, I might let Shea Lockett start too. So Shea is our Recreation Division Manager, so I'll probably let her kind of talk about some of the fun programming and events and activities that we have teed up for this year. And then I also might follow up with that just with some other projects that we have taking place in our parks. So Shea?
Thanks, Angel. So I'll just kind of give an overview over some of the activities and initiatives that we are currently working on here in Wyandotte County. One of our biggest initiatives, and I think one that I'm really excited about, is we have partnered with GEHA and the YMCA to offer free swim lessons to our community, which for those of you who may not be familiar, we only have one public pool here in Kansas City, Kansas, and it's an outdoor pool, so it's only operated during the summer months, and so there's not a lot of access to swimming. So this partnership is key for us to provide equitable access for our community to learn the basic swimming skills, just the safety around water. So that's really exciting for us. So the month of June, we'll have approximately 200 elementary students who will be receiving free swim lessons at Parkwood Pool. And if you all have any questions, feel free to stop me at any time and jump in.
I have a question about your swimming lessons. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's super
Okay.
exciting. So are they funding for the instructors or are they having instructors come over and teach for you guys?
So GEHA is funding the instructors that are through the YMCA.
Oh, okay.
So they're bringing both the instructors and the lifeguards because
Amazing.
the lessons are happening outside of our normal operating hours.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. That was really exciting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great partnership that we offered it last year for the first time and it's growing. So we're really excited about that one.
That was going to be my question. So, sorry, another question.
Go ahead.
So this is the second year you've done it? Is this, the goal is to try to make this an ongoing event? Is that right?
Yes. So last year, and I'll just kind of give a little background on how we came about. You know, everyone's had the challenges of finding lifeguards and recruiting lifeguards. In 2021, we were unable to open our pools because we didn't have lifeguards following the pandemic. But we still had to do the regular maintenance. Unfortunately, there was a drowning at the pool. And that just kind of brought the awareness to many community groups that we need to provide more opportunities to teach the youth in our community the proper safety skills around water. So we started with the school district with a pilot program with the school district, the YMCA, and Warner Media. They were able to fund a Learn to Swim program that during the course of the school year happened at the YMCA. But we heard the feedback from the community that they want these to continue throughout the summer. They wanted to be able to provide more access to other individuals in the community. And the only way to do that was to have it at Parkwood. So we were able to open it up, and GEHA was able to provide that additional funding last year. And not only do they provide the funding for the swim instructors and the lifeguards, but they also do an internal employee campaign to for the employees to donate swimwear. Because if you don't frequent a pool, you don't have swimsuits, you don't have goggles, you don't have many of those basic needs to attend a swim lesson. So they worked really hard. We worked really hard in partnership with them to make sure we were able to remove all the barriers to a youth being able to come and take advantage of these free swim lessons. And they've actually taken this model and have the Hunt Family Foundation they're also a donating partner this year, and they've expanded it to other locations, but the pilot program happened here in KCK at Parkwood Pool, and it's now the Joe Delaney Learn to Swim program.
Okay, that's awesome. So is this a one-day event, or is this kids will just come a couple times a week, or?
So last year, it was a 4-day event. Like, they had two separate 4-day sessions. I think we're trying to expand it this year. We're working out the final logistics on the frequency and how often they'll come, but it will be at minimum the 4 days.
That's awesome. I definitely would like to get more information about that so I can share with our aquatics people. It'd be super cool.
We can definitely pass that along.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Another pretty exciting event we have coming up is Kids to Park Day, National Kids to Park Day. We've really taken the approach this year of teaching kids how to play in the park again. You know, kids really are really into video games, don't get out as often. But what are things you can do at your neighborhood park? So we have different stations. We'll have different stations set up at Kensington Park with everything from jump roping, bubble stations, Foursquare. We're putting up tetherball, like all of the old school games that you would just do outdoors. Limbo, we do have a few inflatables coming, working on a partnership to provide like free hot dogs to the community, but it's just a family-friendly event to get everyone back out as the weather warms up. And these are things you can do at your park. These are things you could do with your family at the park. And we have swag bags that we're giving away to the first 50 in attendance that have all of the tools from jump ropes, bubbles, and everything you can use at your local park. What else do we have? We have our summer camp programs, of course, that we're in the process of planning. We have 2 sites this year, Eisenhower Recreation Center and the Beatrice Lee Community Center will do 7-week summer programs that are open to kids in the community. They're really affordable and only $40 a week. And they get opportunities. We take on bowling, skating, working on Monarchs games, different activities where they can really get out in the community and engage in different things, going out to Wyandotte County Lake, and some of those things. And then we have lined up this year, performing arts, where we have a dance instructor and an acting coach who will be coming in offering some of those classes during our summer program. So we're really excited to get the performing arts into our programs, which is something that we haven't had. So everyone will get a little bit of exposure there. And let's see, what else do we have? Of course, we have our normal sports. We're going into spring sports, so soccer and t-ball, baseball season. And this summer we will be offering youth basketball throughout the week. So we'll run different leagues throughout the week at our various community centers. Those are some of our highlights of some of our programs. Angel, is there anything else?
You forgot Christmas in July.
Oh, I can't believe, okay, yeah. I can't believe, so this is year 9, 10. If we don't count the year we didn't do it for COVID, it's year 9. Christmas in July is our annual event that we hold at Wyandotte County Lake, where our slip holders decorate their boats. They compete when decorating their boats on a Christmas theme, and they get judged, and the winner gets a free slip for the next boating season. We have fireworks, we have activities for the family, water slides, face painting, different food vendors that come out, a DJ. It's really just an opportunity to invite people out to Wyandotte County Lake. It's a unique event, and each year it gets better. Year 1, we had no idea what we were doing. But now it's kind of a staple, and everyone is looking forward to Christmas in July. And if we don't get the information out, they start calling us. to see what's happening or what's going to be new this year. So
Yeah, it's pretty unique. It's, some people really get into it and they definitely invest some money and time into the decorations on their boats. I think we've had Polar Express. It's pretty cool to see. So definitely recommend.
last year's winner was the Grinch. Their whole boat was themed on the Grinch, and the lights and their Grinchmas list, such as draining the lake. They get real creative and things like that.
I'll talk a little bit too about some of the projects we have going on. And so Shay has done a really good job coming in. She's been with our organization for a few years. She started in Parks and Rec and got some experience in a few other organizations, but came back to Parks and Rec last year. I think it was in February or March. And so she's just done a really, really good job on the recreation side of things, because we have 6 community centers and a ton of sports fields. So some of the projects that we have lined up, so something that's new for us this year is out at Wyandotte County Lake. We have a marina, and for the last 50 years that was operated through a third-party agreement. And that gentleman retired last year, so we were tasked with getting the marina up and running. So that was a huge undertaking, but so our staff is out there, and if you haven't been to Wyandotte County Lake, it's a 400-acre lake. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. A lot of people refer to it as a hidden gem. So definitely encourage you to get out there and see it. In February, we had a park project that was highlighted for Black History Month. We are renovating Boston Daniels Park. And so there's a little segment on the news that talked about kind of what that process is. Boston Daniels, the history behind him is he was the first African-American chief of police in Kansas City, Kansas. So through that process, a park was named after him, and the park just has not received the investments and the maintenance that it's needed over the last few years. And the Boston Daniels Corporation has been working with us over the last few years, and we're finally able to get some funding lined up. So we're going to be doing a major facelift to that park, probably starting in the summer. It'll probably be close to $1 million project, but not quite. So it's a small park in the inner city. I think it's not sure the exact location, but it's close to Parkwood, which is 10th and Quindaro. So it's very close to there. So we're really excited about that project. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with the Rock Island Bridge project happening. Seeing some heads. Yes, very, very cool project, unique project taking place. So our department is actually obtaining some parkland in that area. So we're working on developing what that is going to look like. So also an exciting project and an opportunity for us to kind of engage with our urban core a little bit more and develop a new park. So we're excited about that. We also have teed up, well, I also want to say over the past few years with all the federal funding that's been out there, I'm sure your departments have tried to leverage some of that, but since 2020 and at the end of 2024, our department will have leveraged $5 million of federal funding that have gone to various projects in Parks and Rec. I'm sure like you guys, your departments are, especially if in your Parks and Rec, are underfunded. So that's been huge for us. And some of the programming that Shea is talking about is really just being rebuilt again. A lot of the summer programming and the basketball things taking place in the summer, because prior to 2021, we had gymnasiums and facilities that did not have HVAC systems. So programming in the winter or summer months was pretty much non-existent. So we have been able to leverage a lot of those dollars to get some much needed improvements, but we still have a long ways to go. So couple projects we have on the horizon in the next few years is we do have a number of trail projects happening. Some of those you'll see in Clam Park, St. Margaret's Park, possibly Pearson Park, and then Wyandotte County Park. So 4 parks that we have funding identified for some trail projects, which is exciting. Our community really came out through the 2017 master plan, but also through COVID. And we heard a lot more about, you know, just really needing safe places to walk. And so all the data lined up, and we've been working really intentionally to be able to put more walking trails within our parks. We've got great topography, but you know, there's not a lot of great trails and walking paths and those types of things. And most of our parks in the urban core too, when you don't have that, you don't have safe places to walk, you know, the sidewalks might not be in great condition. So we're really excited to see some of those projects through in the next few years. And on top of that, we also, I would say, have accessed and leveraged some funding for improving some of our sport courts, which, you know, for programming is in dire need. A lot of those are. So we're really excited about that too. And last thing I want to say is through last year's budget process, our department was really prioritized. We were one of our commission's top 4 priorities to fund, which we have not been a priority in probably 10 plus years. So that was really exciting. However, the outcome, of course, we would have loved to have seen more, but we'll take what we can get. We know it's incremental and it's a slow process, but Shay has been working on a recreation center study of our 6 facilities. Our newest facility is 50 years old, so we've got a very aging infrastructure. And then she's also working on an aquatics study for the community, because that's just kind of where we're at over here in KCK. We know our community wants more services, and also we know that we're kind of challenged and limited with our infrastructure. So we're doing a lot of that prep work right now, and hopefully we hope there's enough momentum in the next few years that, you know, we'll be able to really get some bigger projects done. But so happy to take any questions, but we got a lot of exciting stuff happening. And if anyone ever wants to come over to Wyandotte County or see some of our parks, we'd be happy to tour some of them. We've got some that are, I think, under the radar. Cobb Point's always one of my favorites. So
Yeah, I think that would be awesome to try and do a day where we just maybe do an on-site meeting, come check out what you guys are doing. That you guys are rocking and rolling. I love it. That's awesome. For your trail, are you doing paved trails? Is that correct for the walkability? Okay. Now, have you guys ventured into mountain bike trails at all yet?
no, but we are getting asked a lot
Okay.
about that. Wyandotte County Lake has, you know, off-roading trails. So, you know, we have an excellent trail system out there, and it is utilized for mountain biking, but nothing inner city or anything outside of that, I would say.
Okay. I know Johnson County just got their first ever funded position dedicated towards trails. And so, yeah, I thought that'd be kind of cool to try and have that person come out and talk at the next meeting. I don't know who your main trail person is there for you guys, but Shaya, is it
We
you?
need a dedicated person.
Oh,
It's
well,
all of us.
okay, just kidding. Sorry. Oh, sorry. This person took his passion and really, he's our construction manager. And so he has a passion for trails and mountain biking. So he knocked all of his other stuff out and was like, we need to do this. And so that's how he got his position transferred to trails as well. But I think that'd be cool if we had a meeting just to talk about trails if you guys would want, if you're interested in that. Heath, I don't know, do you guys have trails over there that you have access to from your community center?
So at my community center, personally, we are surrounded by Jackson County Parks and Rec and Metro Community College Longview. So at this community center, we do not have trails, but we have an agreement in place where we have bikes that we let patrons use for free. They could access those trails using the bikes. Another community center of ours, over Lovell Community Center in Legacy Park, it's in the middle of a 500-acre park, and it does have trails on there. And then speaking of mountain bike trails, we had, I want to see, Urban Trail Company come to, I think they completed this trail last year, but it's kind of a mini mountain bike trail in the middle of Legacy Park that they put in for us. So that might be a contact for anybody on the Urban Trail Company. If you're looking at mountain bike trails or dirt bike, just trails, off-road trails, they put one in over at Legacy Park a couple years ago for us.
And they're completely volunteer based. Is that correct, Heath?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the really cool part. And then that's the other exciting thing is we've never had funding to actually delegate to supervise volunteers.
Mhm.
We now have that funding to provide those volunteers with more tools.
Yeah.
And so some of the trails are awesome. So that's, yeah, Urban Trails, those guys know where it's at. They're awesome. Angel and Chaya, have you guys used them yet?
We have an agreement with them. They maintain a lot of our trails at Wyandotte County Lake. Yeah, they're awesome.
That'd be cool. Maybe we should have them come out and join. And then you guys got a new disc golf course?
Yes, yes, that would, I mean, you know, disc golf's huge and our park Rosedale gets used all the time for disc golf. So City Park, I think it's gonna be a very challenging course. It's gonna be very hilly. Lots of, good topography there, but we're excited about that one too, so.
That's cool. Do you guys have any the disc golf tournaments that come out there and do stuff with you guys?
Yeah, we do.
Nice. I know we're getting ready to add in a internal employee disc golf tournament. And then we were gonna do a mountain bike thing, but with our history of employees doing group rides on bikes is not very good. Like typically someone always gets hurt. So we're not gonna do the bike rides, but we have talked about disc golf, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, we've had the conversation here too, because we also work with Public Works on a lot of trail projects, urban planning and design. We've got a number of trails along the levee that we also help oversee. And Parks and Rec, we've been a part of those conversations, but all these departments were to the point where we're like, okay, we need a dedicated person, a committee or something to streamline all of these projects.
Nice. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Maybe, Katie, do you think for our next meeting, we might be able to have it just like dedicated to trails? And then Heath, you could invite your groups that you guys work with for the trails, and Shan, Angel, if you guys want to invite your trail people, aka you guys, and all the other people that do trails.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
can.
could do that.
I can speak to our park ops. I know we maintain all of our trails in-house, so I can get someone from park ops for our next meeting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'll ask our trail guy, because this guy could talk for days. He is he's worse than I am. If you think I talk a lot, no, I got nothing on him when it comes to trails. So yeah, that would be really cool for our next meeting. And then we could hear more about all the new trails you guys are doing. You can hear about some of the stuff we're doing, some of the stuff that Heath has. And we might even, Katie, I think Mark, MARC, that organization. I know Patrick and some of those guys, they've done trails too. Angel, have you guys worked with Mark at all for a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, not us personally, but Public Works and Urban Planning and Design, they're on a lot of the trail projects, especially the ones with the levee.
Cool. Yeah, that would be great to just maybe have those guys come in.
Yeah.
Even give us a quick little update of, hey, this is how you can get involved and get it going in your place too. So
We might even be able to get Patrick to talk about funding, because they are the money people sometimes.
yes, please.
So he might-
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he might be able to talk about, I think it's a little bit till the next application cycle, I think. So it would actually be excellent timing instead of having him come, like a month before they're due.
Nice. I like that. Okay. So everyone here, come back next month and invite all of your people for a trail meeting. Thank you, Katie. Yes. Wow. I'm pretty jazzed about trails. Yay, springtime. Okay. And then that, Katie, according to our agenda, I skipped over something. I got really excited and segued into re-engaging sector members. So part of the Park and Rec sector, so some of our meetings have been dwindling. Yes, and I know Park and Rec, this is our busy time, spring and summer, and we are full on programs and everything. And I know Shay, I'm sure you've had to go out and play camp counselor before. If you're short-staffed, yeah, I've done that too. I always have my camp counselor close my backpack just in case. And Heath, I know you said that you've had to work the front desk as well, and I'm sure you've had to babysit humans.
Yes, yep. So, well, my own kids, but yeah, we don't have childcare at this facility anymore, but yeah, working front desk, cleaning equipment, setting up equipment. Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah. So I know that we're all busy, but that's the other best part about these meetings is that they're all recorded. So if you do get pulled to play camp counselor or be a greeter and check people in, don't abandon us. Just catch up on the meeting. Katie does an amazing job of typing up the meat and potatoes of the meetings as well. So you can catch up if you miss and then come back and join us. And so that kind of ties back into re-engaging sector members. Is we're trying to build our sector a little bit more. Would love to have you guys continue coming to these meetings when you're able to. And also give us ideas to talk about at these meetings too. I know Angel, your trail, that got me really excited. And so, yes, I definitely want to talk about trails at our next meeting if we can. Robin and Shelley, if you guys are cool with that. So, okay, I got a head nod from Robin, and then Shelley, I imagine she looks beautiful nodding her head yes. So, and then some of the other things, if you guys know of any other park and rec agencies nearby, feel free to invite them, share them. That would be awesome to have them come, and they can even share updates. And then that kind of ties back into the implementation projects, ideas, and reviews. So Children's Mercy, if you guys haven't been caught up on stuff, they do have funding available. Our sector has a set amount of funds to give out towards programs. So the latest project that just got approved yesterday was one that I submitted for WeLinks. So WeLinks is funded by the Tom Watson Foundation. The first ever one was created in Eudora, Kansas, just right off of K10. You can actually see it from the highway. WeLinks is a small modified golf course for kids. And the whole point is to encourage kids to get out there, try out golf. The golf balls are modified. The golf holes that they're actually hitting into are bigger, so they have more success rate. Because if you've ever played golf and you hit a great shot, you will continue playing golf just to chase that feeling of, I'm going to get that great shot. Heath, you're shaking your head. I take it. Are you a golfer?
I am not, but I play mini golf.
But you chase that feeling of the hole in one, right?
Yes, you get that competitive juice going.
Yeah. So, and it's awesome. I know I'm a golfer, but I always buy recycled golf balls because I'm a recreational golfer. But I still go out there and chase the pure enjoyment and the competitive spirit. So the WeLinks course, we submitted the application for funding to pay for kids of participating corporate challenge companies to do a mini golf tournament. So the Kansas City Corporate Challenge is the oldest corporate games in the nation. We've got over 160 companies participating this year. And typically it's just for the adults. And then if you guys have ever been out to Corporate Challenge, typically you see some parents with their littles running around, like eager to get involved and do something. Corporate Challenge has been aware of this, and after survey feedback and then working with Shelley as well too, we're now adding in some kid events to Corporate Challenge to support the family-friendly event of Corporate Challenge and to bring up the next generation of Corporate Challenge participants. So, and then really ignite that sport or that passion for sports in kids. So the funding that just got approved yesterday is for a mini golf tournament at the brand new WeLinks course at the Heritage Park Golf Course in Olathe, Kansas. Now, if you think WeLinks sounds awesome, the Tom Watson Foundation is looking for other golf courses to get a WeLinks course set up at. So if this is something you think your agency would be interested in, please let me know. I can reach out to Jeff and also the WeLinks folks and see if they can come present at another meeting. And maybe you guys could involve your golf course people. That would be awesome. But this is the first one in the KC Metro for the WeLinks course. And again, get kids out, they get success, and they get to find a passion for a lifelong sport. So yes, golf can be expensive, but they do have scholarship programs. So that's a project that got funded yesterday. But we do have additional funds that are still available if you guys have any other projects to encourage some of the goals of the Kansas City Physical Activity Plan. And then Robin, Katie, Natalie, Shelley, am I forgetting anything in regards to that?
No, nice summary. The only thing that I would add is that these funds are really prioritize things that are multi-level, meaning programming is okay, but what we are really interested in is supporting things that not only impact programming, but organizational policy that has a lot of sustainability to it. So, you know, I guess I was trying to think from the WeLinks, you know, one of the reasons why that was funded is because not only is it for a one-time event, but part of what it will do is to try to get other institutions to offer WeLinks. So that's like organizational change, building organizational capacity. So things like that are really beneficial or are really highly prioritized. I was asking about the swimming program that Wyandotte County has, because that increases access by offering reduced or no cost swimming lessons. Those things are highly prioritized as well. And then the last thing that we really look for is cross-sectoral projects. So things that connect Parks and Recreation to other groups, non-traditional groups, whether that's schools, whether that's youth sports leagues that operate outside of the Parks and Rec system, whether it's healthcare institutions. So, you know, we've talked before about Walk with a Doc, which is healthcare providers meeting with community members within a park setting. So things like that are high priority items for this funding. So how much did I can't remember how much we funded. We have at least $12,000 per sector. And it very, very likely will be more than that. We won't know the final amount until approximately mid-year when we identify, oh, you know, we funded this many projects. That means we have this many more that we can fund. So that's a lot of information. But let me know if you have questions. Short application. We really want like a page maximum, and we have the application we can share with you guys.
And then we've got the grading rubric as well. And so I filled an application out. I did not get grilled, but I was critiqued and I needed that. So thank you guys yesterday. So if you guys do have an application that you want to fill out for any initiatives that you're wanting to do, I know me and Jen Jute are both the co-sector leads for this committee. We are more than welcome to review that with you guys and go through it with our Park and Rec brains. Like, okay, well, wait, this is what they want. And I know Katie, Robin, and Natalie and Shelley are always available as well too. Sorry, I've all volunteered you guys for that. And if they're not, they'll ship it to us and we can help you. But we would love to see you guys get involved. And I went and posted in the chat as well, in case you don't have the KC Physical Activity Plan up and around. That talks about some of the goals and then the sectors as well too. And if you guys need a generic invite email for this working group, let me know, because I've got some typed up as well, and you just have to change the names. So we are still looking for applications and projects to approve for funding. So please think about it. If you want to brainstorm and spitball some ideas, let me know. I'm always up for that. And I know Katie is too. She's shaking her head like, yeah, do it. Just let us know.
Yeah, and I don't think I introduced myself, but I've been in contact with everybody, but I am sector support, so I help Allison and Jen. So if you can't get a hold of them, feel free to email me and I'm more than happy to help.
Katie, I'm so sorry that you got introduced. No one popcorn to you?
I don't mind.
I feel so bad now. I'm gonna write that down for next meeting. I'm sorry. Okay, and then back to the agenda, because I will squirrel off. Talk about implementation projects, re-engaging sector members, please bring a friend. Trails is our goal for next meeting. And I know Katie and I and Jen will reach out to some of you guys separately to confirm who you've got, and then we might be able to just have everyone kind of talk about their trails. And if we need to have 2 trail meetings, 'tis the season, it's spring, let's do it. That's awesome. And then sector resources. Katie, I'm gonna let you drive this one.
Yeah, do you want to do that? Because it might take a little longer than the 10 minutes we have left. We could go ahead and just save that for a later date and move on to group updates.
Yep, I support
Okay.
that. Yep, perfect.
Let's do it.
Great. All right. So does anyone have any big updates that they're going on? I know, Katie, you want group updates or just everyone updates?
Everyone updates. You got
Okay,
something. Shelley's got her hand raised.
Okay, good. Shelley, you're it.
I'll share an update because I want everybody to know we're doing this. We host a walk at Pearson Park in Kansas City, Kansas on the first Saturday of the month. So thanks to Angel and Shea for their support for that. It's called Just Walk. We use a format that was set up in 2005 by a cardiologist. It's an international program. We have a healthcare topic. So the walks are led by healthcare professionals. We have a 5 to 10 minute healthcare conversation. And then the rest of the hour is spent walking. So it gives participants an opportunity to walk and to walk with their healthcare provider and ask them questions that they may have on a more conversational level. For the walk in Pearson Park, we also have volunteers who come and lead kids activities. So we really encourage it as a family event. Katie just dropped a flyer in the chat, so feel free to help us get the word out. We're really excited. We had to take a little winter hiatus, but we're back on April 1st.
This is Nicole. I have just 2 quick things. One, I wanted to say, I think we have a partner lined up. Well, we definitely have a partner lined up to get a Just Walk program started in Johnson County. We're real excited about that. We're going to be working with the Medical Society Foundation on it. And we're going to meet later this week to kind of nail down some more details as far as exact location and, you know, what the schedule will be. But we're planning on pairing it with some family and resource activities. We might have we've got a couple of zip codes in Shawnee that we've identified that are a population in need of a lot of resources. So we're going to try to put it in that neighborhood and maybe pair it with a mobile food pantry and some kid and family activities. So we're real excited about that. We're kind of working with Matt Mann with Shawnee Parks and Recreation on that through his wellness hub. So I feel like we've been talking about it forever, but I think we're ready to, you know, send the papers in and get that going. So that's pretty exciting. And then the other thing is, we've been working with the Johnson County Central Resource Library because, you know, they have that beautiful Strang Park, an inclusive park right behind the library there. But the way it's situated, they're like 50 yards apart or less, but you have to walk out the front and around. It's like a 5 or 10 minute walk to get out of the library and around to the park. So we've been working with them to do, I don't know if it's really placemaking, it's quasi placemaking, to get the back door open at the library. So you can go right out the back from the children's area across to this gorgeous park. And so we've made some real good headway with that. We have some really cool programming scheduled for the June into July And that's when we think that door is going to be open. So we've got a walk and read installation that's going in there and some other things. So we're real excited about that, to try to get some more connectivity between those community assets over there so people can walk and bike more easily. And eventually we'll expand to the neighborhoods, trying to get it more walkable and bikeable for the schools that are around there. So maybe we can do some walking field trips and other things like that.
Here at the Lee's Summit Parks and Rec, this isn't as big and as exciting as many of your programs you guys have shared, but we just received a grant to purchase 3-wheel bikes for the 2 facilities that we have that free bike reservation program. So we have the American Stroke Foundation, who's a great business partner of ours, who utilize our facility for kind of a post physical therapy program. And they come here twice a week, and they worked with us on getting that grant submitted. So we have 2 3-wheel bikes coming to our facilities, or to 2 of our facilities, so 4 total bikes coming this spring. So that's a free program that we offer for patrons, and this is a way that we can make that program more inclusive to everyone. So that's a really exciting thing we have coming up.
Keith, that's amazing. That's really cool. And I definitely want to have a meeting just about bike programs, and I want to learn more about your bikes for sure. So if you're up for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. I know next meeting is about trails, but if you'd be interested in another meeting, I would love that. And I know Katie would too, because she loves riding bikes as well.
Yeah.
And I've got one quick update. I know you guys have heard me. I'm a broken record. Kansas City Corporate Challenge. Our annual kickoff event is on April 7th. And me and the Children's Mercy team are co-hosting a Fit-tastic Family Fun Zone. Super exciting. We've got a whole bunch of different vendors coming out. If you guys think that your agency would be interested in coming out, please let me know. I'll type my email in the chat box. Would love to have you guys out there. I know it's on Good Friday. But it's always a great time, and it's also a great marketing opportunity to promote your park and rec programs for these companies, for some of the employees that actually live in your neighborhood and they may not know about it. And that's kind of the whole point, is to give these families resources, teach them about healthy lifestyles, and get kids moving as well. And we're still looking for 2 people to wear inflatable dinosaur costumes. So if you guys know of any, I have the costumes, I just need the bodies. Natalie, Katie, I don't know if I know Shelly's got jobs for you that day, so you might not be able to dress up as a T-Rex or.
I think Bill Brandmeier might be willing to do that. I saw a GIF with him that looks like
Done.
he might have been downhill skiing as a dinosaur.
Okay. Well, if he has the dinosaur costume, great. We'll have 3.
No, he doesn't have the costume. We're gonna have to give it to him, but.
Okay. Well,
Please do come out to the area. It'll be, I think, on the west side of the parking lot. We have a giant space. We have all kinds of activities for kids. We'll have safety information. The Children's Mercy Ambulance will be out there giving tours. And we have activities that are not necessarily physical activities as much for kids to participate in. We'll have canvas decorating, yard games, face painting. We'll have some bike safety information. We should have a couple of bike obstacle courses. In fact, nobody knows this yet because I haven't announced it, but we have just confirmed that Children's Mercy will be giving away a few, and when I say a few, I mean like 50 bike helmets at the event. That'll be to the first few attendees that are interested in those. So this will be for kids. We'll have some anti-bullying program information, mental health information. I'm still working to bring out master gardeners, but a huge variety of activities for families to participate in. Families do have to sign a waiver to participate, but everything in that area is free. There's no cost to set up as a vendor in the area. You just have to have an agreement already in place with either Children's Mercy or Johnson County Parks and Recreation. So I think, Allison, I'm gonna have to go back to our numbers, but I think this might be over our 10th time to host this event with Johnson County Parks and Rec.
Maybe I wasn't here for that many years. I'm
You were
coming up
not,
5 years.
sadly. I think that's more Chad Tower.
Yes. But Chad's back. So
Chad's back.
Chad's
That's
back.
exactly right.
So, and then also, if your company is not participating in Corporate Challenge, if you guys are interested in coming out to any events, let me know. I would love to meet you guys out there and talk more about it and the benefits of getting involved in Corporate Challenge. We also have volunteer events too. So would love to have some more park and rec groups out there and or city of, because you guys are kind of a little bit smaller like us, which I say we're small, but we have just over 300 employees, but it'd be cool to have you in our division to compete against fellow park and rec people. That would be super cool. And Nicole, I know you're in Division A, so I won't be able to compete against you, but I'll be cheering for you guys. So, but would love to have you guys come out. Does anyone else have any, I know it's 1 o'clock, I'm gonna be mindful. Does anyone have any other cool updates or anything for the good of the group?
No, but I want to say thanks for having us. My camera's off. I'm shoveling some spaghetti down. But yes, if there's a consistent meeting invite, you can send that to Shay and I, and we can continue to be a part of it. But definitely thanks for having us.
Yes, please come back. Yes, yes, yes. And I know Heath, I got to see you in person the other day.
Yes.
You're very tall. That's awesome. So keep coming to these meetings. We love having you guys. And it is just really cool to hear all the updates and how we can support you guys. So without further ado, Katie, do you got anything else for the good of the group? Okay,